Hi guys, Eric again with another video review. This time I'm looking at something actually different. This is another McFarlane Toys product. Today we'll be looking at the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Noob Saibot figure. Real quick, let's take a look at his details, his articulation, and his paint work and sculpt. So before we get too much into the other stuff, I really want to take just a quick second to appreciate the likeness to his 3D model. This figure is based off his default costume available in the game Mortal Kombat 11. And this thing is insanely nice. Now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about like all the details and sculpting. His hood right here, which is supposed to be cloth, it has, I don't know if you guys can see all this fine texture. This is like a flat type of black, really dark gray or kind of light black. He does have a bunch of nice sculpting here. I do love that the hood kind of ends in a peak right here, like an Assassin's Creed character. All around, you can see the paint differentiation right here and here. His face is very well done. Like I said, it looks just like his 3D model. We got a flat black for his skin, and his mouth guard has gold accents. The armor and the sculpt on everything else is insanely done. You guys can see that here, all this paint differentiation. And of course, the blood. I'm not sure if this is a variant or not. I have seen this figure at other areas, at Target actually, and it didn't have the blood, so I can assume this is a variant. But the blood looks really nice on there. It looks like wet, as if he just got his hands dirty. Straight out of a fight there, on his other hand, on his thigh right here. Going back to his sculpt though, you can see all the nice paint differentiation. He does a lot of like cracks in his armor, like there and there. You guys can see it on this side too. And I love that it goes from this gold to this bronze and silver type of, you guys can see the nice shading there. His chest details are done very nicely. You can see look like human type of stuff here, maybe like ornaments or medallions. Same thing right there. Same type of paint shading. His tunic type of thing is tattered at the bottom right here. Same thing with the back of his like tunic. See, it is really ripped up back here, and there is a very nice texture differentiation. You guys can see that it looks like fabric, you know, like there's like sewing right here done. It is a really nice. His feet are done super well as well. You can see that. Super nice sculpting, really nice paint work. Not too much paint work down here, but for what there is, it is super nice. Let's take a look at his accessories. Noob Saibot does come with one accessory, one actual accessory. It is his main weapon, this like sickle blade, straight from Mortal Kombat 11. This thing is super nice. Like I said, this is the bloody variant. I kind of would actually prefer his normal version. The red is just a little bit too, because I like to display him with my Power Rangers and stuff, but you know, it looks pretty cool. It does have this really awesome, like gnarly design, like a tooth type of design, like a saw blade type of thing with those like saw teeth. You guys can see the silver and black paint, the silver dry brush, along with the red, and the handle is pretty standard right here, and it does fit into his hand really nicely, just like so. And it does hook in right here, because his hands look like they're in triggers, but it does fit in both hands. You guys can see how nice that looks right there. And it does look super good with the figure, like you guys saw at the beginning of the video. This accessory really does make this figure work. It looks super clean. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. Real quick before I talk about the articulation, there's some things that I kind of want to point out real quick. This is actually not a hollow piece. This is you guys can see here. This is like a piece of right there. You guys can see that. This is like rubber over like a hard body, because I have had another Mortal Kombat figure, Scorpion, from the same line, and it sucked compared to this one. But I really do love how this is not flimsy torso like the Wonder Woman and the Witcher. And they did have some really nice sculpting up here for all like the clothes wrinkles and stuff under his shoulder pads. You guys can see that they even got some sculpting under there. Right there and there, super clean. Same thing with the torso. We got these scars and that fabric stuff. And one last thing, I love how they did these paint splotches. I didn't get to talk about them earlier because I was kind of in a hurry, but you guys can see here, it literally looks as if he like got punched in the face, or he like punched somebody in the face and it just splattered all over him. Like, I love the detail of how it's splattered right there. Same thing up here. It looks like paint splatter from him. And same thing on the gauntlets. It does look super clean. A little excessive on the hands in my opinion, but it does look really, really nice. Now let's take a look at his articulation. This Noob Saibot has awesome articulation. I was a little bit iffy on whether or not he was going to move pretty cool, but McFarlane does it again and blows me away. The head is on a ball joint. Full 360 ball joint, left and right, upwards that much, down, side to side like that. A little bit hindered by the hood right here, but not too much. And I kind of like how it molds to like the direction that I'm turning it in. You guys can see it right there like that. Anyways, really, really good. The torso does go all the way back really, really nicely. Does go forward. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, so here we are back again. Like I was saying, articulation all the way back, really nice. Pretty good forward crunch as well. You got a nice side-to-side movement, and he can turn pretty nicely as well. Arms do go forward and back. We can get a full outward movement as well on both sides. We got like a little, I believe it's a butterfly joint. Ball joint goes into the torso, and it does move around. It does have this like cup over it, so it hides the articulation really well. Like I was saying, upper ball joint, or excuse me, upper arm swivel. We got a double jointed elbow that looks really clean. You guys can see that. Really nice sculpting in there, by the way. Does blend in super nice. Same thing on the other side, like I was saying. The hands do rotate all the way. A little bit hindered by his gauntlets right here, but not too bad. You can get an angle like this and that. Really stiff. I usually don't turn them at that angle. And you can turn it to make the hand go like this. Like that. Going down to the legs, this is what really surprised me. Legs do go forward all the way. Super nice kick. Does go back a little bit, hindered by the tunic, of course. You can get a full-on splits, though, which is insane for these Mortal Kombat figures. We get a double knee joint. We get a rotating knee right here instead of up here. The foot does do a full 360, a little bit tight. Does go down, up, ankle pivot, and a toe joint. So that was the articulation like I was saying earlier. A little bit of points before I go on to some size comparisons. I do believe this is maybe an homage to Scorpion. By the way his hood looks right here, looks kind of like Scorpion's kind of helmet texture. But yeah, this thing is awesome. He looks super menacing. Now let's put him up next to some other figures. Now we have Noob Saibot standing here next to Azrael, another McFarlane figure. Same height, same scale. They do look really awesome together, so that is a super plus. Here we have Noob Saibot next to my yet-to-be completed Quantum Ranger. Of course, these McFarlane figures are always going to be bigger than Hasbro stuff, since they and the DC figures are in 7-inch scale. Now let's get on to our last comparison. Here Noob Saibot is next to a book I'm reading, Midnight Sun. You can see it's tiny compared to the book. The book's probably like 10 inches tall. Anyway, good book. So let's get on to some final thoughts. So here I am back with the figure, and I got him to a little crazy pose. Like I was saying, I love the posability on this figure. It is honestly one of the best McFarlane figures I own, and I say that a lot, almost every review, right? But this thing has the articulation, the detail, and the paintwork to knock all those out the top. And I really like that Azrael. I would say this knocks it off the bar a little bit. Anyway, guys, that was a review. Look forward to something special next time. I will be having an Evangelion review for the week of August 13th when the final Evangelion movie drops on Amazon Prime. Anyway, guys, that was a review. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll be coming out with reviews more frequently. So that's it. Peace out. Peace.